All right, buckle up, everybody, because we are diving deep into TGL today. This new golf league's got everyone talking, and we're going to break it down for you. We're checking out this breakdown by the Golf podcast on YouTube. By the end of this deep dive, you'll be dropping TGL knowledge on all your buddies.
Yeah, I'm really excited to dig into this one. I mean, it looks like they're trying to take serious golf skills and they're putting them into a made-for-TV format.
Right, and to start with, the venue itself is crazy. Think about this. A space the size of a football field, right, in SoFi Stadium. Now, they split that up into two zones, the screen zone for the long shots, and then you got the green zone for all the close-in action.
Yeah, it's not like they just, toss a screen up in a stadium and called it a day.
Yeah.
The screen, in this screen zone, 64 feet by 53 feet. It's like 24 times bigger than those home simulators you see. Total immersion for the players.
Can you imagine? Like, you rip a drive, and that entire massive screen is filled with the course. But that's not all. The details are nuts. Players are hitting from real grass, depending on where their virtual shot ends up. Fairway lies, rough, they even got sand traps.
And that's huge because where your ball lands in real golf totally changes the shot. So having that in TGL makes it way more authentic, way more strategic than just like some simulator.
Now, the green zone is where this whole thing goes next level. We're talking 4 basketball course worth of space dedicated to the short game. And get this, a giant green that can actually rotate to match like the angle you come in on your approach shot.
That's where TGL really takes a step beyond your typical golf course design. Think about it. Regular greens, they're stuck with whatever the land gives them, right?
Yeah.
But here in TGL, they got 600 of these things, actuators, under the green. So they can create any slope they can dream up.
It's like they gave the course designers a cheat code, right? Okay, picture this. You're playing a hole called Quick Draw, designed by Bo Welling, the legend himself.
Oh, I'm really curious to see how the players handle these kinds of designs. I mean, it's a whole different way to think about how you approach a course.
So this hole, Quick Draw, it could be a risk-reward par 5, or, if you're feeling gutsy, a long par 4. And there's this landing area right in the middle of the fairway on this plateau. Impossible to build in real life.
Yeah, it really highlights how they're breaking the mold with this. Typical designers, they have to work with nature, But here, they can go wild.
If you nail that narrow target, you might be able to get to the green in 2, eagle chance. But miss it, and you are in trouble. So, match format. 3 players per team, picked from their 4-man roster. First 9 holes, they're playing triples, which is basically alternate shot.
Yeah, that is high-stakes golf right there. Think like Ryder Cup pressure, every shot is huge. The team aspect is front and center.
Oh, and don't forget, everyone's mic'd up, so the trash talk is going to be epic.
Then, the final 6 holes, they switch to this one-on-one format. Each player goes head-to-head with an opponent for 2 holes. Oh, nice. So they've got that individual rivalry thing going on, too. It's a smart way to show off what each player can do while still keeping the team's score in play.
Okay, but now TGL throws in a little something extra. The hammer. Each team gets to use the hammer once during the match.
Oh, wow. So that's where the strategy gets really juicy. Do you, use it early to build a lead? Or do you hold on to it for a clutch moment? Just the psychology of the hammer could change everything.
Right. Imagine this. Tiger sinks this monster putt for birdie. Crowd goes nuts. His team throws the hammer. The other team, they've got a choice. Take the challenge. Risk losing double the points. Or they just concede the hole and give Tiger's team the win.
I mean, it's brilliant. Adds this whole risk-reward element you don't usually see in golf. Teams have to constantly adjust their strategy. It'll be so fun to watch.
And once a team uses the hammer, it goes to the other team, right? So it becomes this back-and-forth strategic battle.
Exactly. It's not just about hitting good shots anymore. It's about knowing when to go for it and when to play it safe.
All right, so let's get to the good stuff, the players and teams.
We're talking about some of the biggest names in the game, representing cities all over the U.S.
Let's start with the New York Golf Club. They've got a stacked roster.
They've got Cameron Young, Matt Fitzpatrick, Xander Schauffele, and Ricky Fowler.
Yeah, that's a team built for the long haul and those high-pressure moments. I mean, Xander, he's already got a major championship. And Ricky, he always brings the energy,
And, don't sleep on Cameron Young either. He's a rising star, tons of potential. Plus, you got Matt Fitzpatrick, another major winner, known for being super consistent. New York, tough team to beat.
Next up, the Atlanta Drive, led by, one of the most exciting guys in golf, Justin Thomas.
He's got some serious firepower with him. Patrick Cantlay, Billy Horschel, and Lucas Glover.
Justin Thomas, he's always bringing the heat, that aggressive style. But I think it's the mix of personalities that makes this team so interesting.
You're right about that, Patrick Cantlay. He's like a chess master out there on the course. Billy Horschel, he brings that fire, that competitive edge. And Lucas Glover, former U.S. Open champ, adds some real experience to the mix. I think Atlanta could be a real dark horse.
And up the coast a bit, we've got the Boston Common, anchored by, well, who else? Rory McIlroy.
Alongside Rory, you've got count 'em, three major winners: Keegan Bradley, Adam Scott, and Hideki Matsuyama.
Hard to bet against a team with that much major championship experience. Rory's got the power, the charisma. You can't deny it.
But that supporting cast is what makes them truly dangerous. Keegan Bradley, he loves the pressure. Adam Scott, that smooth swing, that veteran presence. Hideki, he's known for his incredible touch around the greens. Boston is a contender, no doubt about it.
All right, now we head down to Florida, where Tiger Woods is leading the Jupiter Lynx. I mean, come on, this is must-see TV.
Yeah, it's fascinating to see Tiger in this new role, leading a team instead of, just competing by himself. And the players he's got, it's a really interesting mix.
You got Max Homa, rising star, quick with his wit and his putter.
Then there's Kevin Kisner, tough competitor, known for that clutch putting, especially in match play. And of course, we can't forget Tom Kim, brings that young energy, that fearless attitude. I think Tiger's put together a team that can definitely compete for the title.
Next, we go west to the LA team.
This team's got a real international feel to it, led by Colin Morikawa, one of the most accurate ball strikers in the game.
He's got Tommy Fleetwood with him, Justin Rose, and Sahith Theegala.
This team is all about precision, consistency. Morikawa, Fleetwood, they're both known for hitting fairways and greens. Justin Rose, he brings a ton of experience, major champ himself. Sahith adds that young American talent to the mix.
And last but not least, we head to the Bay Area, home of the Bay Golf Club.
This team, they're led by Louis Oosthuizen, known for that smooth swing, his ability to show up in big moments, majors.
Joining him, we got Wyndham Clark, fresh off that U.S. Open win. Min-Woo Lee, explosive young talent.
Yeah.
And the fan favorite, Shane Lowry.
What I see with this team is balance. You got experienced guys who've played in majors, you got that youthful energy, and you got Shane Lowry, a guy who knows how to grind out those wins. The Bay Area team, they're a bit of a wild card, but I wouldn't count them out, not at all.
So I don't know about you, but I'm pumped for TGL. This league is stacked with talent.
Oh, I'm incredibly intrigued. They've managed to snag some of the biggest names in golf. And the format, it's like nothing we've seen before. I think it could really change the game.
I'm with you on that. It feels like a turning point for the sport. But let's get down to brass tacks. How is this thing actually going to work? The schedule, the playoffs, all that. Get ready, because we're going deep on the nuts and bolts of this revolutionary league. So Tiger's back in a team format. It's a big deal. What do you think of the roster he's put together?
Oh, this team could be really fun to watch. You got Max Homa with Tiger. Homa, he's becoming one of the most popular guys on tour. He's got the skills, he's got the personality, perfect fit for this kind of format.
And Kevin Kisner, too.
Mm.
He always seems to step it up in match play.
Oh, yeah, Kisner, he's a clutch putter. He's got that, never say die attitude.
Yeah.
That's what you need in a team competition like this. And then you add Tom Kim to the mix. That young energy, that fearless style, they can take on anybody.
Yeah, it's a really interesting blend of players, for sure. Do you see any weaknesses with the Jupiter Lynx?
Well, consistency could be an issue. Homa and Kim, they can be a little streaky, They can shoot really low, but they can also have those off days. If they can stay consistent throughout the season, they'll be a serious threat.
Okay, let's talk about another team that's getting a lot of attention. The Boston Common. What makes them a contender?
Oh, they've got a ton of major championship experience. You start with Rory McIlroy, obviously. He's looking to bounce back after a tough year in the majors.
Yeah, and the rest of the team is no slouch either. Keegan Bradley, Adam Scott, Hideki Matsuyama, they've all won majors.
Right. It's a team that can both go low and grind it out. McIlroy, when he's on, he can win anywhere. But you also got guys like Scott and Matsuyama. They know how to make pars, avoid those big mistakes. And Keegan Bradley, he loves those high-pressure moments, team events.
So if you had to pick one team right now, Tiger's Jupiter Lynx or the experience of the Boston Common, who would you go with?
It's tough, but I think I'd give the edge to Boston. You got McIlroy and the depth of that roster. It's hard to ignore, but don't count out Tiger and the Lynx. They could definitely make a run.
Okay, let's talk about the bigger picture here. The potential impact of TGL on golf as a whole.
Yeah, that's a really interesting question. They're clearly going after a different audience. Younger, more into tech, maybe people who wouldn't normally watch a 4-day tournament.
Right, it's fast-paced, it's exciting, made for social media. Do you think it can create new golf fans?
I think it has a shot, for sure.
Yeah.
You got the star power, the format, the primetime TV slot. It's a pretty good package. But can they keep that excitement going all season? That's the key.
And what about the pro game itself? Could this change how golf is played, how people watch it?
It's possible. If TGL is a success, it could push other tours to try new things, more team events, fewer formats, you know, more focus on entertainment.
It's a really interesting time to be a golf fan, that's for sure. We're seeing something totally new, something that could change the game.
Yeah, and that's what makes it so exciting. It's a bold move. Who knows if it'll work? But one thing's for sure, TGL is going to make Mondays a lot more fun for golf fans.
Well, there you have it, our deep dive into TGL, the league that's mixing real golf skills with this amazing TV spectacle. Will it change the future of golf? We'll see. But it's going to be one heck of a ride, so grab your clubs, tune in on Monday nights, let us know what you think about TGL, and who you think will win that first championship.